Hello everyone, welcome back to Block by Block. In the last episode, we established ourselves in the Nether, built the Hell Forge, and upgraded our gear to Netherite. But today, we're going to be taking things global, or, at least as far as a minecart can take us. First, we're going to trade with the local cartographer to get some maps to the neighboring villages, and then, it's full steam ahead as we build railways to connect them all. Let's get started. What should we wear today? Perfect. Now, before we move ahead with today's episode, I wanted to add something that Jacob Beller22 suggested, which was you could build those grain processing machines they have on bigger farms and have them be item filters, auto crafters, and composters. You could decorate them with pipes and make them look a bit industrial. And I really like that idea. So I think in this area right over here, we're gonna have an area that sorts our items for us. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Well, we finished up this. So I kind of went just for like a storage system, just like a very simple one. So, you've got your input, and it sorts out all the different like mob drops and farming things. And then we have a second story where we don't have everything sorted. I was thinking of doing all the 4 different 2 tall flowers in here, and then you've got like raw meats over here, and then possibly some seeds, just other stuff that I may want to sort in the future, but like maybe cactus and other stuff like that. But for now, I think this is good. And if you have any ideas or suggestions for something I should build, leave a comment down below and I will probably build it. Step 1 is finding the new villages, and for that, we'll need some help from the cartographer. Now, I know of a cartographer that lives up on this hill behind the village, so let's go pay him a visit. And here we are. Let's just tie you up out here. Hello? Hello. Listen, hey, I need 2 maps. One to a savannah and one to a taiga village. Is that something that you have? Oh, sick, thanks. Here, I have some paper I can trade with you. Alright, we got 2 maps, one to a savannah village and one to a taiga village. Time to grab some supplies and chart our course. We've got our map in our hand, and this is going to be our very first map. Shablewski. Wow, that actually looks kind of cool. But the only thing is we are actually going to be making it just a bit bigger. We are going to scale all of our maps to level 2, like so. And that is, that's how big we're going to be making it. And then we have a taiga and we have our savannah explorer maps. So this one, we're going to be going northwest. This one, we're going to be going northeast. So let's head to the taiga one first because it looks to be a little bit closer. So let's head there. All right, so another part of what we're doing here is we're going to be mapping out basically everything. So this map is going to be 0, 0. And whenever we explore a map to the left, or, the west, it will be -1 or -2 or whatever, so on and so forth. This way we'll have a +1, this way will be a +1, and this way will be a -1. And that way, this will be 0, 0. The one to the north of us will be 1, 0. The one that way will be 0, 1. And so on and so forth, so that we know exactly which maps go where once we go to make our map room. Alright, here we are at our first village. Looks like a great spot, plenty of villagers to trade with. I'm marking this as our next railway stop, and we're also going to name this village Cedarview. Next up, we need to find the Savannah village, which is north, so I am going to go ahead and head north. Well, we found our acacia village. Let's mark it on the map, and we're going to name this one, bam, Coppergrass. This one's actually pretty good sized. We've got a handful of houses, very cool. Lots of villagers, plenty to actually trade with. So this is good stuff. This is good stuff. Now it's time to head home and plan out the railway. All right, well, we've done quite a bit of exploring. There you go. So you can actually kind of see my route. So I started here, we went up this way, went over there to Cedarview, and then we went north a bit, and then we saw we were kind of on the same level as the Acacia Village. So we went straight east for quite a while, and then we hit Coppergrass, and then we started coming back down towards the house, and there we go. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to take the railway probably from the Iron Farm over to Cedarview, and we're going to try and make it as direct as possible. And then we'll have a rail from here, and then we'll have that one go straight to Coppergrass. We're going to try and make it efficient and straight, but also visually appealing, because, you know, who doesn't love a good scenic railway? Alright, since we know where we're going, we're going to go ahead and use some stone bricks, and we're just going to lay out the foundation similar to this one, but we're going to lay it out from the iron mine, probably through that mountain and over towards Cedarview. So let's go ahead and get started on that. And here we are. We finally made it to Cedarview. Just as the sun is setting, we're going to take a quick nap in this house. Sorry, Nitwit, get out of here. Another beautiful morning. Look at that sunrise through the pine trees. Gorgeous. And we've got our walkway. Obviously, we're still going to decorate it with the spruce logs and stairs. But I just wanted to get all the way here first, just to make sure everything is, I know where I'm going, you know what I mean? So anyway, now that we're here, we're gonna go ahead and start on putting the logs and stairs. Alright, we finished the railway to the taiga village, and now we're going to take some time, renovate it a bit, build a railway station here, and then start trading with the locals. With a bit of luck and maybe persistence, we'll unlock the maps to even more exciting destinations. Alright, and here's our cozy little taiga village. It's very, very quaint. I really like it. Let me give you the grand tour. So here we have our railway station. Gets us to and from home in here, so that's pretty nice. And then here we have our tannery with a cauldron so we can get our leather worker. Here we just have a normal medium-sized house. Here's our cartography place. We've got a little map of Cedar View. Very cool. Here we have our meeting place for the village where the villagers will all congregate. We have a little market stand here, here, and here. This is the historical cedar tree that Cedar View is actually named for. I really like it. It's my first custom tree, actually, and I'm pretty proud of how it turned out. Over here we have a library, so we have, you know, a library in here. I haven't done any trading yet, but we've got 2 lecterns in here, and up here we have a bed and some bookshelves for books that we will trade in the future. Over here we have a fisherman. For some reason, the fisherman texture is broken. I don't know why. I don't know what happened, but he just looks like that. It's very strange. But there's a little dock you can come out here and fish, and it's kind of quaint, but it's also safe for the villagers. And that was like my main focus for this whole village is it's all spawn proof and it's all protected, so the villagers can be free roam, and that's pretty nice. We also got 2 iron golems that spawned because we have so many villagers here, which is nice. And here you can see we have our butcher, and he's just chilling. He's just doing what he does best, I guess. I don't know. I may or may not add some like piggies in here or something like that. I think that would look nice. Over here we have our armorer. I will probably trade with this guy quite a bit because I have unlimited iron. But then we've got, oh hey, I forgot I put that in there. Maybe I'll just trade with this guy now. Wow, look at that. We got 12 emeralds. Very cool. And then over here, I think this is probably, yep, this is our Fletcher house. Very cool, very cool. We have our Fletchers chilling out here. Over here, this is actually a custom one that I made. This is not a village. That is kind of where I've been storing my random garbage that I've been collecting. Over here, we got our mason. Over here, we have another broken fisherman because I added this little hot tub that steams. So, you know, if our villagers are warm or they've been working all day and they just need a chance to relax, you know, they can hop in this little hot tub and chillax and unwind. But there's a barrel in here for some reason. I might get rid of that. That way that guy's fixed. And also there's more space. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of it. Also, I got 2 dogs. One was from a taiga. I think this one's maybe from an old growth spruce or maybe pine taiga. I'm not entirely sure, but, you know, I got him as well. So we got a white and black one. I think that's about it. Yeah, this is our cozy little village. Now that the village is pretty much done, it's time to trade with the cartographer and get those 2 maps. Now we have a snowy village and a swamp explorer map. But before we explore these, we're going to go give coppergrass the same treatment. Alright, finally I finished this railway all the way to Coppergrass. It looks fantastic. It actually took me like 5 days to build, and I was constantly being attacked by mobs and stuff, so all of my netherite armor is like completely broken, and so were most of my tools. other than my shovel. So we may have to downgrade to diamond for a bit, but that's all right. I did also renovate a little bit of copper grass. Not too much of it. I mean, I didn't really want to spend too much time renovating this. I did exchange all the doors for copper doors, just because, you know, it's copper grass, makes sense. But in here we have our leather worker. Over here we've just got like a regular old house. Over here, this is one that I actually built. This is the butcher shop. Hello. Again, copper doors. Built this as well, and we use it to collect armadillo scutes, which is nice. And then here, all I did with this one, it was already here, I just changed out the roof to copper. I did that for most of the buildings, not those two over there, because I kind of ran out of copper. I really need to like go to like a trial chamber to get more copper, but that's alright. Over here we have our armorer. For some reason, this guy's not a savannah style villager. He must have been born somewhere in this river biome in here. There's a river biome. Like, you can see the color change in the grass. Like, it's kind of like orangish over here, but then over there it gets a little bit more green. It's because it's like a river biome running through here. So a couple of the villagers are gonna have to be just like regular brown coats, which is weird. Over here we have a Fletcher. He was in the middle of getting his roof renovated, but I ran out of copper. And mind you, I did a lot of copper mining. I had like 3 stacks of blocks of copper, and it wasn't quite enough to do everything here, and I didn't really feel like going mining for copper anymore. But here's the guy we're looking for. We're looking for this cartographer, and we're going to trade with him a little bit. He should level up. There we go. Oh, nice. We got a jungle and desert. Perfect. Now I just need some compasses, which I completely forgot to bring along. No, I did not. I have 2 right here. Look at me go. I just need a little bit more emeralds. Alright, perfect. We got our jungle and desert explorer maps. Look at that. Now we have all of the maps that we need, and we can go exploring again. I think I'm going to go and explore the desert village first, because it seems like all of these 3 are all to the northwest. So I'm going to explore this one. It's to the northeast all by its lonesome. So I think I'm going to go explore that one first. Alright, well, I was just out here exploring, and I found myself a little witch hut. There's a black hat. If only I had some fish. Okay. 11 is hopefully enough. Oh, that's a witch. Uh-oh. Hello, kitty cat. There's the catty. There's the cat. Hello, do you want to be friends? I have fish. I have fish for you. I will give you fish for the rest of time. Do you want to be my friend, please? Hello, kitty cat. This is the rarest cat, so I would really like to get him. Kitty. Kitty. Yes. 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 Perfect. Now we have a cat joining us on our adventure. I'm actually going to go ahead and mark this witch hut on my map. I do have a Swamp Explorer map, which does bring me here to a witch hut, but it's a different witch hut, so maybe I don't have to go explore that one. I might just use this one then. Okay. Oh, finally! We found a desert. Oh my god, it's been freaking forever, and we have not even found the desert. But we do have this pillager outpost with not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, but 5 cages. There's bound to be some allays in there. You just sit. You do whatever you want to do. I'm going in. Oh, yep, there's some allays. Perfect. I would really like to bring those home. Ah. I don't know if it's super worth it to kill these guys, because they're just going to keep spawning. I need food. Alright, we got a raid captain here. Ah. Nah. Gotcha. Alright. Ooh, Battle at 5. Nice. Alright, let's go loot this structure. Let's see if we can get the sentry armor trim. Ah, dang. Really? Nothing good. This sucks. Oh, we should free those allays. We can bring them along. You want paper? You want paper? Yay! We're all a big happy... There you go. Alright. There it is. The desert village. Finally, we're here. My god, this took forever. We're so far away, but we finally made it. Dang, this one's actually kind of big. A camel. Oh my god, hello, buddy. We got a lot of houses, but really not too many professions. Ooh, we got a librarian. Perfect. Thorns too? Wow, perfect. Alright, well, we've explored it, and, oh, man. Okay, so it turns out that this village is like 7,000 blocks away from home and like 5,000 blocks away from Coppergrass. So I don't think I'm gonna build a railway here. I may still like fix it up and stuff, but there's no way I'm building a rail all the way out here. I may do a Nether highway out here if I really need to, which, yeah, I probably will. I would like to be able to get to a desert, so I think I'll probably build a Nether highway out here, because that is ridiculously far. I mean, it's kind of nice to have a big project, so maybe I'll build a rail. It'll take a long time, but I will maybe build a rail. Alright, we're back in Cedar View now with the Snowy Village map in hand. I think that's the closest one. We also have this horse here. I'm gonna go ahead and put the saddle and armor on him, so we're kitted up, we're ready to go, and let's just go ahead and get to the Snowy Village. We're starting to fill out the map a little bit, which means we are close. We're getting there. Oh, we are on the map now. And here we are. Hello, everybody. Looks like we got a farmer, a nitwit. Looks like there's an armorer over here. That's nice. Or no, would this be a weaponsmith, I guess? But yeah, looks pretty good. Got a couple houses. Nothing too crazy. This one seems actually pretty intact. Probably doesn't need too much work. I mean, it's kind of quaint. Definitely has lots of room for new houses and whatnot, so that's nice. Lodestone. Put a compass to it. And then this lodestone is leading us here to Frozen Hearth, I believe it was. So that's cool. Now we have a named compass. I completely forgot to bring my maps and banners and stuff like that, so I can't name this one on the map, but that's okay. Alright, next up we've got our jungle temple that we need to go find. And I'm really hoping that I can find the wild armor trim, because I still haven't really been able to find any armor trims. I found like a couple of coast and some shipwrecks, but that was it. Like, I've seen multiple structures that should have them, but I haven't gotten any, unfortunately. Ah! There's a thing. Another chance. We can maybe get a sentry armor trim. Alright, you just stay here, buddy. I'm going in. Ah! There's a guy. Get him. Get him. Oh. Piercing 2. Another Bad Omen 5. Man, these guys really just like to drop Bad Omen 5. Oh, come on. We got Sing, I guess, but that's not... Ah. No. Go away. I really wanted sentry armor trim. I just can't seem to find it. Oh. Teeny little bit of the map's getting filled out now. We're getting kind of close. This is pretty much the last thing I need to find. Oh, there it is. I see it. Cool. Man, these things are always so, like, rare. I feel like I never see them anymore for some reason. Alright, well, looks like this thing is kind of buried in the wall, so we may have to do a bit of excavating, unfortunately. I don't have any light sources, so we're just gonna have to go in here blind. Okay. I think I did that right. Haha, yes. We got Unbreaking 2, Bamboo. Okay, that was really garbage. Unfortunately. There's not really a good way to get out of here then, other than just mining your way out, which is kind of stupid. You'd think it would, like, make a staircase or something. Ha, missed me. Oh, man. You kidding me? This is garbage. Like, this is actually garbage. Man, that is really disappointing. I was really hoping for something a little bit better than that. There we go. We got him. Hop on the shoulder. Where? Okay, anyway. He should be following along. Hopefully he doesn't die instantly, like every other parrot I've ever owned does. Look at his freaking village. It's like in like a shattered savanna, or I don't know what that is, but it is very weirdly generated. It kind of reminds me of the one village I found in my very first Let's Play. I'll show a clip of it. But I don't know, just the houses like up on this mountain looks so strange. I've made it home, and surprisingly, so did our parrot. I don't know how, but I'm very impressed. Because these guys are so notorious for dying before you even get them home. I got a lot of pets today. I got the Allay, I got the black cat, got a green parrot. I should really start naming them, but I don't have any name tags, so. So we've explored a desert village, some swamp, jungle, and a snowy village. Alright, now that we know where everything is, the first village that we're going to build is Emerald Chute, which is the jungle village. So we're going to head over to the jungle and get started. Alright, so I built this little station here, and we're somewhere between Pleasant Valley, which is our home base, and Coppergrass, which is over that way. That's our Acacia village. And over in this direction is the jungle that I'm going to set up Emerald Chute in, which is the name of the village. And then just beyond it, somewhere over that direction, there's a swamp. So we're actually going to run our rail to Emerald Chute, and then there's going to be another station there, and then that's going to take us over to Ribbiton. So let's get started on building this rail. Alright, now Emerald Chute is complete. We have a bunch of houses here, and I tried to build them as vanilla style as I possibly could. I used terracotta, mud bricks, mosaic bamboo, and kind of just copied the same sort of style. I also put parrots in a bunch of the different houses because I thought it was fitting. Got a little well here. Once I get some bells, I plan on putting those here and here. But we've got a handful of houses. We got a Fletcher here, got a mason over here, got a weaponsmith over here, house for the cartographer, little area to do a little bit of farming. We also have a little shepherd house here with some sheep in the back. Now the last thing we need to do is actually populate it with some villagers, which I'm going to yoink from coppergrass, which is actually just a little bit that way. Well, we got 2 villagers here. I'm not sure how happy they are being here. He doesn't look too happy. Yeah. But they're just gonna have to get used to it, alright? This is your new home. Oh, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but I used bamboo for the wall. It's like 5 layers thick. And mobs can't pathfind through this, so they should be safe. Everything's well lit up, so it's all spawn proof and safe. But yeah, I really like this village. Just need the villagers to actually, you know, villager. I don't know why they're all congregating over here for some reason. It's like they're trying to pathfind back over to Coppergrass that way. They're like, I want to go home. Sorry guys, this is your new home. You guys should start, you know, making babies and whatnot. I don't know why you guys are... This is very strange. I don't know what the heck they're doing. They're just walking back and forth. This is so weird. Anyway, I've got more important matters to attend to at the moment. Alright, I'm gonna go home, because I know that there is a bell in that village that's right by spawn in Pleasant Valley, so we're gonna go grab that bell and bring it here. Yoink! Plop! Alright, now the villagers should be a little happier. Okay. Well, we got enough for another bell here. And that should help our villagers feel a little bit more at home. And with that, I think Emerald Chute is pretty much done. I guess it's time to move on to the next village, which I think is going to be Frozen Hearth. We're back here in Cedarview on a nice, beautiful, crisp morning. Villagers are just waking up. Good morning. And I'm getting ready to build the railway over to Frozen Hearth, which is over in that direction. A dog. It's a husky, or the gray one. Ashen? I don't know. This guy. Yes. Oh, he's so cute. Little guy. Oh my god. Oh, I love taming wolves. I love getting all the different variants. This is why Minecraft needs more variants of things. Like, they have wolves, but there's no cow variants. They're just adding the pig variants, but like, what about chickens? What about cows? What about sheep? I mean, sheep have different colors, I guess, but... have our railway all the way here to Frozen Hearth. I tried to line it up with this pathway here. I'll probably put the railway station right here. But then we've got this pretty nice sized village here. We'll probably just go ahead and add some houses, add a wall, and yeah, let's get started. finished up Frozen Hearth here, or at least I think it's pretty much finished. I might add a few houses here and there, but for the most part, it's pretty much done. Here we have our butcher. Got some piggies in the back. Also got some carrots back here, so, you know, I can just breed the piggies real quick. Kill one of them. And there you go. Got a little bit of pork chop. And we will eventually trade with this guy. It takes 7 raw pork chops, and with the limited amount of pork that I have, you know, it's taken a while to trade with him at all. Got a small house in here. Over here we got our cartographer, and right here is the map of the village. I surrounded the village with a wall of ice. It kind of cuts off there a little bit around the edge, but that's all right. Over here, this is our quote-unquote frozen hearth. It's supposed to be like a big beacon of fire, but it got frozen over. Like, it's, you know, it's a hearth, but it's frozen hearth. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. Right here we've got some leather workers. Over here we've got our shepherd. Over here is a library that we built. We've got 2 librarians in here. Lots of space for books for whenever I trade with these guys. Aqua Affinity is the only book we have right now up for trade. And right here is our church. I added a bell up there because I figured that would be kind of a neat detail, because it looks like a bell tower, so I thought a bell would be nice up there. Yep, and then we've got our cleric in here. And over here we've got our weaponsmiths. These guys have actually been trading with quite a bit. We've got them to master, so we've got a looting 1 sword from that guy. And this guy has a knockback 1 sword. And in here we've got our toolsmith. He's also a master, so we can buy like all the different tools and whatnot, which is kind of nice. And of course we've got our station here. So our launching point, and get back to Cedarview. And if we want to, we can always, you know, start going off that way or the other way, if there's anything else of interest that we would ever want to build a railway to. So, you know, it's just another station, essentially, which I have quite a few of now. We've been expanding our minecart system throughout this entire world, and now I can go thousands of blocks with just the press of a couple buttons. It's really convenient, actually. I know a lot of people very rarely will ever use railways and minecarts, but it's just something that I enjoy. I enjoy building them and riding them, and I know that once I get an elytra, I'll probably never use it, and I'm fully aware of that. But at the same time, you know, I find them fun, and I think they look cool, so I am gonna use them. Bread for everybody. But yeah, we've got quite a few villagers in here, and they're all pretty useful, other than the nitwit. I found him in a cave at one point underneath the village that I had covered up, so he must have been down there when I covered it up. We also tamed a tuxedo cat. You probably saw it in the time lapse. I did tame quite a few different cats, but most of them are back home already. But yeah, this place is really quaint. It's super duper cozy. I really like it. These are some of my favorite houses. The vanilla villager houses. These ones are probably some of, if not my favorite ones. I really like them. The next village we're going to work on is the Swamp Village, so let's go get started on that. And we're back here in Emerald Chute because there is a swamp pretty close by. It's a little bit northwest, that direction. We're going to be building off of this station here and heading over that way. So let's go ahead and get started. we just finished up our railway here to our build site for the swamp village. And we're going to build this village from the ground up, similar to the jungle village. But before we get started, there's something that we need to do first. I've literally never used frog lights because who does? Well, today, me. I am going to be using frog. Oh my god, that is a lot of frog lights. We're ready to go. Now, let's get started on building Ribbiton. We got a naturally spawning swamp villager, but they're zombies, so we have to cure them first. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit him with the splash potion and get that started. We've also got this other zombie villager over here that we're gonna cure, and then we're gonna use these two guys to populate the village. Alright, I've taken quite a bit of time to build up this little swamp village here. All of the houses are kind of mushroom themed, if you couldn't tell. This one is the Fletcher. I tried to make these houses kind of vanilla-ish, and most of the Fletchers had some sort of like overhang like this. So here's our Fletcher. I haven't really done much trading with him. This was our very first house. It was just like a basic house. I probably could put a workstation in here if I really wanted to, but it was just kind of to get the idea nailed down. Over here is our fisherman shack. I really like this one because there's a door that goes over here to this little pond, which I think is super cute, and there's also tadpoles in the pond. I think this little pond, I love ponds. I don't know why, but ponds in Minecraft are so cute. But then you go out this door in the back, and then there's a bigger dock which leads outside of the city walls, where I can do fishing. With a bigger lake like this, I'm actually able to get the treasure loot table from fishing, so if I ever wanted to come out here and fish, this would be a good spot to do it. And then any other fish that we get, we can throw it in this barrel and whatnot, and eventually we can actually trade with this guy and start getting a little bit of emeralds, which is nice. Over here we have our shepherd, so, you know, I still haven't traded with this guy at all. I actually guess I could, but bam, there we go. He's locked in as a shepherd. But we have some sheep back here that I've been using to make the beds for the village. Here we have our butcher. We probably could breed some more cows, but I just don't really feel like it. Over here we have a nice little pond area. And this is where we are able to breed our frogs, because there are 3 frogs here that are actually tied up to a fence underneath right there. Like you can see that little lead right there. So they're not going to be going anywhere, so if we ever need to, we can breed more frogs and get the tadpoles. Another cool little thing that I've added is a little parkour. There we go. And then from this house we can go over to this house, and then from this house we can get on top of this little mushroom here and get a nice little overview of the village. But again, here's our butcher. Yeah, nothing really much to say about that. Here's our cartographer. Well, shut the door right in my face. With our map of Ribbiton. Actually, this needs updated. So yeah, there's our map of Ribbiton. It looks a lot less impressive on the map. This is our meeting place. I decided to go for a big old mushroom. Here's the bell that we can use to make the meeting place, and the villagers definitely do congregate, as you can see. We have quite a lot of them. Over here is our mason, so I just added a little bit of hardened clay, and all of the houses are kind of the same sort of size and structure and everything, just different. Like, we have the mushroom stem, and then the brown mushroom blocks, and the mushroom stem, and then this is actually red terracotta, and then we have like different, we have like the pinks and the yellows and the greens frog lights, just to spice it up a little bit, add some dots. And then these ones I actually have brown mushroom blocks with brown terracotta, just to mix it up a little bit. Here's our library. We've got 2 lecterns in here, and nice bit of shelving up in here with 2 beds for our 2 librarians. Here we have a nice little carrot farm that I've been using to collect carrots. We also bought a bunch of stone hoes from the toolsmith, so anytime a crop were to like break or something, I can always just hop in here and bam, and there you go. Here we just have a really big house, so we have 2 beds on the first floor and 3 beds up in here on the 3rd floor, so this added 5 villagers, so that's pretty nice just to have. Over here we've got our toolsmith house. This one's just really standard. And over here is our armorer. I added a nice big furnace here and a chimney going out the top, and then I also do have 2 leather workers here, 2 beds. I still haven't done any trading with any leather workers in this world, just because, like, I don't really feel the need to. They don't really sell anything all that great. And here's probably one of my favorite buildings. I added this lava feature, as most of the vanilla weaponsmiths have these little lava pits. And then in here, there's usually a second one for some reason inside the building, and then one outside here near the lava. I'm not really sure why, but I like the look of this. I feel like it blends in really well. But yeah, this place, whenever it's like raining and it's night, the atmosphere is incredible. I really, really like the look of this village. Like, I'm really proud of it, and it's just nice to like kind of hang out and just like shear the sheep a little bit, tend to the crops. It's kind of just a nice vibe to just hang out here. I would like more frogs, but for some reason, I mean, they can jump up to like 8 blocks, so they can easily jump over my walls. I've bred a lot of frogs, but they've all just hopped over the wall and never see them again. I'm sure if I wandered outside of render distance, there would be just tons and tons of frogs probably. But now that Ribbiton is pretty much done, next up is Oasis City, which is our desert village. Alright, we're back here in Coppergrass, our nice savanna village, because this is the closest village and station that I have to Oasis City, which is, I think, that direction. But since it's about 5,000 blocks away, we're actually going to take advantage of a mechanic that I've never done before in any world. We're going to build a railway through the Nether. I think the ability to send minecarts through Nether portals is relatively new, So I want to use that, especially because it'll cut down on my rail building time by 8 times. So with that being said, we are going to go ahead and start building the rail. Well, I finished the railway over to Oasis City. I didn't do a time lapse this time just because it was a bit of a bigger project, so I decided to just do it off camera a little bit. So anyway, let's go ahead and ride over. That was unique. I've never done that before, but it was pretty cool to use that feature in that way. Also, we did get 5 netherite from all that mining, which is nice. We'll use that in the future, though. I think I'm going to stick with diamond for now. Anyway, let's get cracking on this village. This is the last cat I need. I almost have a complete catalog, and this gray one right here is the final one. Yes! I've done it. Nice. Alright, well, the Oasis City renovations are done, at least for now. Let me give you the grand tour. If we come over here, we've got just a nice little house, but we've also got this library right here with a couple different books. We've got a few enchanted books. We've got a Smite there, Quick Charge there, Aqua Affinity, you know, a couple more standard houses here. But then here we have our butcher shop, which has lots of pigs, and right beside that is our carrot farm that I've been farming and feeding to the pigs to create my army of pigs. Over here we have our fisherman shack. I kind of like this little water feature. It's actually really cool. And inside we just got a barrel and a bed. Nothing crazy. Over here we have our shepherd. Similar to all the other villages, I've just been here gathering wool to craft up the beds and whatnot, you know, standard stuff. Over here we have yet another library. This one also has a few enchanted books. We've got a lot of Unbreaking books. Got an Unbreaking 2, Unbreaking 2, and I think, yeah, an Unbreaking 3 there. So that's pretty neat. And then up here we've got our temple. Chest there, 2 beds there, and a brewing stand here, so very cool, very cool. And then over here we actually have another temple. I just wanted to have one of each. I thought it would look cool. And so there's that brewing stand. This one does not have a chest for some reason. I don't know why. And then over here we have our... I really like this little conglomerate of buildings. All of the buildings seem to kind of like... the vanilla village... Like, these ones over here are original, and they're all kind of, like, right next to each other. So, I tried to kind of keep in theme with that, and this right here is the toolsmith. Just a table and a chest. But then it actually goes down here, and I have 2 beds. For some reason, the villagers are kind of broken if they're a baby and they sleep, so Fresh Animation's got to fix that. But then there's just, like, a room up here. I don't know why, but the toolsmith is a cool building, and then I threw the weaponsmith right beside it. So it's a neat little area. I kind of like this little area. I kind of wish that I had put the armorer with these guys as well, but oh well. This is a really cool building. This is actually the tannery. So we've got that, and we've also got a bed. But it's just cool. It's got like this balcony and everything. It's kind of neat. Bunch of houses here. Also have our mason here. We do have this camel. He's just been wandering around camp, just doing whatever he does. And over here we have a little conglomerate of buildings. First one is a cartographer. And this one is another librarian. No books in the bookshelf this time, but, you know, another librarian. And this one is one of these big old tower houses. I don't really get the point of those. They're kind of weird. This one's actually a custom house, because I had this was a vanilla house here, and then I needed to have these stairs go up here, so I was like, I just need to, like, slot this right in here. And then I figured, hey, we could put a farm up on top of that. I think that would be cool. And then, like, the pathway just kind of wraps around back up to here. This is our weaponsmith. So, you know, it kind of wraps around. I think it's neat. And then up here we have yet another cartographer. So that's cool, I guess. And, yeah, that's kind of it. I mean, this village did already have a bunch of residential houses, but not a lot of profession houses. So I basically just added... What is that camel doing to that iron golem? I basically just added a bunch of profession houses, and now we've got lots of villagers with jobs. So that's pretty cool. And here's a nice shot of it in the day. It's actually kind of cool looking. I really like it. This is definitely one of my favorite walls that I've built for these different villages. It's the one that has the most detail. I think it's pretty neat. And I guess I kind of forgot to talk about this. This is just the railway station. It goes back to Coppergrass, so, you know, pretty standard stuff, honestly. I don't know. It's pretty similar to all the others, just, you know, with a desert vibe. It's not very Oasis-y, and I'm fully aware of that. But I am thinking that I'm going to expand this in the future. This will have to be another episode. But I kind of want to put like a gate there and then have a bridge going over to that island over there. because I think that is a little more Oasis-y, and I want to have that be kind of an expansion of this village. I do plan on expanding it in the future, so that's just for a future episode, though. But now that Oasis City is done, let's go ahead and head back to Pleasant Valley. Last but not least, I'd like to renovate this village here in our valley into a giant bustling town. Because currently there's only like 6 houses or something, and they're all sprawled out over this hill. There's the danger of the cave. They're unprotected. Right now I just have all of them in here, but I would like to build a nice wall and a bunch of buildings and actually have like an actual village here. This one's gonna be called Lakeview for obvious reasons. So I'm actually gonna tear down all these houses and kind of move the village a little bit to where I think it would make sense. So let's go ahead and get started on that. Alright, it's been a hot minute, but finally Lakeview is done. Got a gate here, very nice. We can get from our farming area into this beautiful customized village. Well, it's really not, I mean, these are just vanilla structures, but they're laid out in a way that makes a lot more sense than it originally was. And we have all of the different professions and whatnot. So anyway, first up, stable. I didn't even know that there was a stable in like the game, but apparently there's a stable, which is pretty neat. A little spot to put my donkey. And anyway, here you got your weaponsmith. It's very similar to the blacksmith pre 1.14, so that's pretty neat. But there's always that lava feature. But for this one, I decided to put some lava, like obviously there's going to be these 2 drips down here, and then there's lava above that. And then you can actually use that lava to fuel these furnaces. And I thought that was really cool because it actually like fit perfectly. It was a really good idea. And the cauldrons cannot be accessed by any villagers, so we don't have any leather workers trying to kill themselves in the lava, so that's pretty cool. And I didn't even have to change any of the structure at all. Like, it was all just perfectly set up for that. And you go inside, chest in a bed, normal stuff, you know. And then over here we've got our shepherds. There's actually 2 of them because there's 2 looms, and got some sheep. I actually didn't really need to use these guys because I have the sheep over there in the barn, and that's where I got most of my wool. In here we've got our toolsmith, and then over here we've got our butcher shop. This one's really spacious. Like, it's very spacious compared to most of the butcher shops, especially the desert one. Got a bed, got his little table here, and his smoker, and of course the cows, and a cute little flower pot. Come over here, we have kind of its own little district over here. We've got our Fletcher here, who is actually a master because I did a bunch of trading with him. And over here we actually have library here, and then another library here. So we have 3 librarians total. Smite 3, Smite 4, blah blah blah, who cares. And then up here we've got bookshelves and 2 beds. That's this area. And over here we have a farm that has 2 farmers where they can farm the wheat, whatnot. And then over here we've got our first actual leather worker that we traded with. So now we can buy saddles and horse armor and a bunch of leather armor that I'm never going to trade. And I'm never going to trade rabbit hide or turtle skeets with this guy. It's literally just to buy saddles. But I had to buy a bunch of leather armor to actually be able to level him up. But now we can finally get saddles reliably. And if you come up here, we've got our cartographer. Very cool, very cool. And if you come over here, we've got our armorer. I did change it around a little bit, and there's got some boots and some shields that I bought from this guy who's leveled up and everything, which is nice. I can start selling some of the iron from the iron farm right over there to this guy for 4 emeralds, which is pretty great. There's also a little armor stand right here, which is pretty cool. And up here, we have actually another butcher. And this guy's got pigs instead of cows, just, you know, to mix it up a little bit. Come up this way, and you can turn right. And here, we just have a little house. I like this house. It's just like kind of up on the side of the hill. I don't know, it's cozy. Got a fountain feature here with the bell. Come down over this way, and you've got our temple with our cleric inside. And I changed this and added trap doors so that way the villagers can get up here and stand up here and, you know, fall and hurt themselves, because we don't want that. And if you come down this way, we've got a little custom oak tree. There is actually a bell hidden up there. I don't even know if it is counting. I might end up moving that. I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna move the bell here because it seems like the villagers are not connecting to it for some reason. I'm not really sure why, but maybe that'll help. Over here we've got a medium house. Well, actually, it might even, I think this one's actually classified as a big house because it's got 4 beds. I also have lots of feathers and string. That was from when I was trading with the Fletcher. So I know a lot of people just like mine spruce trees or chop down spruce trees and then trade all those sticks away with the Fletcher, and then they just buy diamond armor and stuff, but I don't really feel like doing that. I got a bunch of sticks from mining down all the oak wood, and that's what I traded away. Over here we have a teeny tiny little house, just a bed. It's very quaint. And then over here we have a slightly bigger house, got a chest, bed, everything's great. Over here we've got the bigger house. This one is very reminiscent of the other one that was pre-114 and had 2. Actually, I don't think it even had beds. I do think it had tables, but it didn't have beds because villagers used to work by doors instead of beds. Man, that's weird to think about. That was a long time ago. Up here we have our mason. There actually used to be a mason. There used to be a couple houses in this village. The mason was one of them, so it was nice I didn't have to collect any of this. I just relocated it. I think it was like up there somewhere, and I just moved it down here. Another little house here. This is all just residential stuff. There's a little house here, medium house in here, small house here, small house here, and small house here, and then it goes down there to our fisherman shack. But this house is actually kind of cool. It's kind of in the hill, So this is kind of like a basement almost with like a nice little window, but then you can go up here and then you can actually just like go right outside. Like it's kind of, I don't know. It's a weird house because it's built into the hill. So, because this is a very, very hilly area, so some of the stuff kind of needed to be a little weird. But yeah, this is our fisherman's shack, and not a whole lot of space for you to actually fish because of this wall that I added. So we might get rid of that or expand it. I'm not really sure because I want the villagers to be safe, but also, I mean, it's water. You know what I mean? So we'll see. That's not permanent. Nothing is permanent. So, but it is nice to be able to just like, you know, my house is right up there, so it's very nice to be able to just like grab whatever I want to trade and come down here and just trade with them. I don't know. It's nice, and there's lots and lots of villagers. There's still a bunch of unemployed ones too. So if I ever need any other professions, I can always just add that. Oh, and another thing that's really cool is these walls, the lights, they turn on at night, which is really neat. I've always wanted to do something with the daylight sensors, and I finally actually did it. So I think everything is spawn proof. I think. I'm not 100% sure, but I think we're all good. Here's an overhead view of the village. I think it turned out pretty neat. I really like it. I think it's one of the bigger ones that we've done. It might be the biggest, at least in terms of spread. So, you know, I like it. I think this right here is my favorite thing. I don't know why. It's just it's actually turning that lava pit thing and making it useful, you know? So like if I'm ever just chilling in here, I can actually just smelt stuff, which, yeah, I don't know, it's fun. All right, with these new stations and renovated village, our world is expanding very quickly. And now we've got a whole railway system that we can use to get around from village to village. And that wraps up today's episode. We've connected our base with the nearby villages with a fully functional railway, opened the doors to some powerful trades, and laid the foundation for future expansions. Next time, we'll be conquering an ocean monument and establishing ourselves in the deep blue ocean. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like, and if you want to see more of Block by Block, subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next video. And leave a comment of any ideas for future builds that you'd like to see. Until next time, keep building block by block. Bye bye.